Hi everybody, and welcome to your Wisdom Wednesdays for today. I am Patrina Wisdom, your Fresh Start Specialist and Authentic Living and Leadership Coach, and I'm so excited to be here with you once again today. Today is actually the day that I jet off to Dallas for the eWomen International Conference, and it's really crazy because 1 year ago I attended the eWomen International Conference just as a member and as a woman business owner who was looking to grow. And only 1 short year later, this time I'm attending the event as one of eWomen's premier success coaches. I have a power laser coaching booth on Success Row. I'll be doing 15-minute free laser coaching sessions, and I have an opportunity to really engage new clients. So this is awesome. I'm going to be spotlighted on the stage, and I'm inside the program, and I'm just a little bit blown away, quite honestly. And this week, while preparing to go to the convention, I think it kind of hit me that things are shifting again and that I'm moving into a new level of success with my business and with my life. And I was feeling the growth. So I just wanted to kind of throw out there for those of you who are really striving for something bigger, have a big vision for what you want in your life, that growing isn't always easy. I caught myself a couple times this week getting a little emotional because I knew that this week is going to be extremely important. It's going to be a pivotal point in my career, and that it's going to launch me to a new level. And so in order to move into your greatness even more, in order to truly embody the success that you are already and just need to step into, there's parts of you that have to die. And I felt myself mourning some of those parts. There's certain habits, there's certain mindsets, there's certain freedoms even in certain areas and certain privacies that have to die with growing into your success. So that's what I've been dealing with past few days, getting ready for eWomen. Not to mention I live in sunny San Diego, and since I moved here, I just don't want to leave. But anyways, I got a good night's sleep, and I woke up this morning ready to leave my beautiful city, ready to step fully into my greatness even more, and ready to really just become this great servant that I know I was meant to be, that I was put here to be. So with that said, we're going to be speaking about awakening flow this month, and we're going to jump into our first tip for our Wisdom Wednesdays. 3 tips to a powerful awakening. Okay, so awakening flow. So this month our quote is, "The only constant is change. So learn to live in flow." And that's my quote for the month. And then our first tip for today is learn to be extremely flexible and faithful. Stress and frustration are low frequency, energy draining emotions. So we really need to do our best to learn to quickly shift from the frustration and the fear and the anger and the jealousy, all of these very dark, low frequency emotions. When we start to feel them, we all feel them sometimes, so acknowledge them, but then quickly shift to a more positive, empowering emotion. Point number 2 today is take a pause. Do what you can and trust that the universe will reward your commitment and perseverance by taking over just in the nick of time. Let me tell you, this has happened to me over and over and over again. So when I say take a pause, that's not falling into that vortex of negativity, not, feeling hopeless and like, there's no way out of whatever the situation is that you're dealing with. Again, going back to tip number 1, it's really important to get out of those very negative, energy draining emotions and shift quickly to a more positive, but also a more hopeful state of being. Because then what happens is that you're showing the universe or God that you have faith and that you know that they're going to take the wheel and make everything okay. And I know it's hard to do sometimes when you just don't know, you don't see the how, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But it's very important for us to know deep within ourselves that things are always going to work out. I always say that we have success blueprints, right? So in the past, if we've been through a lot of very negative, challenging situations, we always focus so much on the negative, challenging situation. What we don't tend to focus on is how we came through it, right? So we all have had different situations we've had to move through. Learning how to move through challenging situations swiftly and smoothly requires you to recall how you did it before. And many, many times, we don't have a clue ourselves. We're like, you know what? I really don't know how I got through it, but I got through it. So that equals spirit/God/the universe took over. You get it? So just know in that moment of despair, in that moment of stress and frustration or anger or fear, whatever it is that you're feeling, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And once again, you will get through it. Our last powerful tip for awakening flow is be creative. There are many ways to move through challenges. Not all of the solutions are going to be linear. You know, we have this tendency where we feel like the answers are very A, B, and C, and sometimes you just got to get creative with situations. You have to go over here to connect something with that in order to get this from there, in order for this to make sense, and then it brings all of it together. So don't think so linear when it comes to problem solving. Or even achieving your dreams. I mean, there's so many different ways to get from A to Z, and you need to be willing to go on the off-roads every now and then. Trust me, I understand. I'm a very linear thinker, and I even love to just drive straight on, one route. And my mother, as a matter of fact, she's real good for taking off-roads and here, and I'm like, where are we going? But you know what? We always get there. So one thing I've learned from my mother is that there's more than one way to get to a result, and sometimes you just gotta risk it. So that's my advice to you today that I'm passing on. Yes, I'm stepping into the shoes of my mother. But it's good advice, because when we get so attached to a specific expectation and a specific way that something is supposed to be done, that's when you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Be flexible, be creative, have faith. And that wraps up our last powerful tip for awakening flow. And speaking of flow, I'm going to have to flow on out of here and get to the airport so that I can make it to Dallas. As usual, it's been awesome spending time with you. If you're in Dallas for the eWomen International Convention this week, please come see me, Patrina Wisdom. I'll be on Success Row for the next 3 days doing coaching sessions. Get there early so you can sign up for your spot. And I just really look forward to engaging with all of you who attend. And for those of you who don't attend, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting and Facebooking the entire time that I'm at eWomen. And you can connect with me as Patrina Wisdom on Facebook and Twitter. You can also like my personal page, or friend me on my personal page, Patrina McDonald. Very active on Facebook, so that's a great way to get to know me. And then, of course, you can visit me at patrinawisdom.com. And speaking of which, when you go on there, go ahead and subscribe to my email list, and you'll get this Wisdom Wednesday in your email box every week, along with lots of great updates, special promotions, events, products, all sorts of stuff. So subscribe to my website, patrinawisdom.com. Sign up for your free coaching session, 15-minute laser coaching session, right there on my website. And stay tuned, because there's always more to come. More adventure, more wisdom, more fun.